Hey everybody, this is Mike Jones from the Connection Games and Comics with another Friday Night Magic Booster Draft from Friday, May the 31st, 2013, a Return to Ravnica block draft. Another good turnout this evening. We had 3 pods of 8 and a pod of 10. I'm drafting again in one of the 8-man pods. So right into it, here we go with the Dragon's Maze pack. So I've got choices: Scab Clan Giant, Turn and Burn, or Mirko Vosk. Those are the 3 premium cards, I think, in this pack. This draft goes south for me pretty quickly, and I'd really be interested to see your comments and let me know. There's a Beetleform Mage in there as well, Scab, something else good in there. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on where you think this went bad for me. Anyway, I pick up Mirko Vosk as my first pick, and I think I really should have stuck with that. Although, there's something to say I should have picked the Scab Clan Giant and maybe gone a Gruul route. As you'll see, so here you go. Possibility Storm gets past me, so the rare. What do I get? The Gatekeeper, the Ubulsars. That's one of the better Gatekeepers if you're going to go that strategy. And the Punish the Enemy. Bronzebeak Moe is good. Again, second picks are always tough. You don't really get a good signal yet. He didn't pull the rare here. It looks like he pulled an uncommon. Although Possibility Storm's not a great rare and limited, so doesn't tell me too much as yet. So I guess the real choices are Bronzebeak, Ubulsar, or Punish the Enemy. And Ubulsar at least shares a color with my first pick, so I think that was a reasonable second pick. I'm going to have to pick up some gates to make this work, and that comes back to haunt me a little bit later. We'll see here. I got, nothing there. Rakdos Cluestone, Feral Animus, and I got a Foil Armed and Dangerous. Now this card is pretty balmy, and basically thinking, if I'm getting this card third pick, that's a pretty good indication that red-green's going to be open. Maybe I should switch here. And there's not a lot else in my colors. There's no blue, no black in the pack, so I picked up the Foil Armed and Dangerous here. The card's a finisher. I mean, a lot of times you can hang on to it until you have enough that the armed side is going to be lethal, and the dangerous side makes sure it gets through. Anyway, so then I get Rakdos Drake, Runner's Bane, a Guild Gate here to put me, a Species Gorger, Profit and Loss is a good card. Pilfered Plans would really work with the Mill Plan, which would have gone along with the Mirko Vosk. Gatekeeper here for a blue one, the Opal Lake one, that's going to draw you a card, and, can be important, but anyway, so there's a few choices here for me. Not sure what the right pick is, still even now after having drafted it. Certainly if I had been committed to the red-green, maybe the Riot Piker. But I've already got the Gatekeeper, and I've got a blue-black, a red, and a green so far, and another black spell. So I think the Guild Gate's actually a reasonable choice. I know Guild Gates go pretty high in this format. I've been listening to and watching some other draft videos, and a lot of people are suggesting that 3-color is the way to go. So I pick up the Guild Gate here. Maybe I'm going to be able to get enough to turn on the Ubulsar Gatekeeper, and who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, so Fighter versus Awful. Summoner is actually pretty good. It combos really well. A lot of synergy. There's a Moss Dog. Reach through the Maze's End. He's a Mythic. I got a Windrake. Blast of Genius is actually a very good card in Limited, and Alive and Well. I needed a non-foil, non-promo Maze's End for my collection, so that's what I end up picking up here. I think about it for a while, but I think this is it's certainly not the right pick to win the draft, but, mythics are mythics. So I pick up the Maze's End here. There's no real way to make Maze's End work in a draft. I wonder if I go through the draft video again, if I could see if there's actually a chance to pick up all 10 Guild Gates. That would have been hilarious if I could have actually pulled that off. Anyway, we got Maze Rusher foil, another Opal Lake Gatekeepers, Rot Farm Skeleton, Profit and Loss, I think. No, that's not Profit and Loss. That's Protect and Serve. Anyway, Rot Farm. So now I've got black, green. I've basically settled that I'm going to be black, green, red, or black, green, blue. I don't know why I've come to that conclusion at this point. And I'm going to splash the red for the armed side of Armed and Dangerous. So I pick up the Rot Farm Skeleton here. He's gonna sorry, black, green, blue. That's the because of the first pick, Murkovosk. And I get another summoner here, Nivik Cyclops, Karaz de Gorgon. That's a good card. Another 5-drop. So I'm getting a little heavy on 5-drops already. I got 2 good ones, but 2/5 Death Touch that allows you to do things with tokens. And if my other color is going to be blue, that's going to give me some Simic. Maybe I'll get some +1/+1 tokens. Yeah, I still have a chance at some synergies here. Pick up the Gorgon. Passed up another summoner. And you get a Showstopper there, a Golgari Cluestone, Gleam of Battle, and Maze Behemoth. I think that was probably a better pick. I don't have a lot of high end in my deck at the end here. Pick up a Cluestone here though. It's going to help me ramp. It's going to fix some colors. And then we get a Murmuring Phantasm, 0/5. And again, if I'm going for the mill strategy, that's probably the right pick. Maybe I pick up some Doorkeepers in the 3rd pack. That's going to stall me out and let me get my mill going. But I didn't commit, and I think, again, if you learn anything from my videos, if you want to do well in draft, pick a strategy early and make your picks around the strategy. I should have decided, do I want to be the mill deck? Do I want to be an aggressive, armed and dangerous type of deck? You can't really be both, and I think I suffer for that in this draft. It pulled me in too many different directions, and so my picks are all over the place. So the Possibility Storm comes back. I've got a Gruul Cluestone, or is that another Possibility Storm? Could be. I haven't actually counted to see how many cards are left here. Not a lot in this pack, though, for us. The Mind Static's not really something I'm looking to play. I guess it would have been okay. I pick up the Gruul Cluestone. Again, it's going to help me make the red splash. And so here we get a Feral Animist, the Maze Rusher, Gleam of Battle, and an Izzet Cluestone. I think the Feral Animist probably would have been a better pick. Even the Maze Rusher wouldn't have been too bad. You know, the red's the splash color, so it's going to top out and just give me something big and fast. But anyway, I pick up the Izzet Cluestone here. Again, thinking that might help me make the splash. Cluestones are coming pretty late. So we get a Pilfered Plans, Opal Lake Gatekeepers, or a Species Gorger come all the way back around. Now, Species Gorger is a 6/6 that makes you bounce stuff. Pilfered Plans again. So now, am I an aggressive deck who wants to have big fat fatties, or am I trying to mill them out? Pilfered Plans works for Plan A, and Species Gorger works for Plan B. And I'm all over the place. So I'll pick up one of these 2 cards here, and I hum and I haw and I hum and I haw. And even Opal Lake Gatekeepers wouldn't have been terrible for me, I guess. I think Species Gorger is the right pick here. I'm kind of saying in limited, mill is a difficult strategy to make work, and you really have to commit to it 100%, and I haven't done that so far. So I pick up the Species Gorger. Maybe I'll get some synergy with my Ubulsar Gatekeeper there. Here there's nothing for me. Alive and Well, Orzhov, Cluestone, or Fido Burst. Fido Burst is awful. Don't pick Fido Burst. Anyway, Alive and Well, pick that up. I could play the Alive side, and if I don't play it, and I'm basically saying the only color I'm not picking for sure is white. So I got a Protect and Serve or Mending Touch. Mending Touch, probably not going to play that. And last pick, Izzet Cluestone. So I got 2 Izzet Cluestones out of that pack. So on to the Gate Crash pack. Let's see. So I'm looking for Simic and Dimir in this pack. So I start with Frilled Oculus, Scab Clan, both good cards. Zertus Swine would actually fit in my deck. Not so much Ember Beast. There's an Orzhov Guildgate. I get a Dimir Charm, Homing Lightning, and Assemble the Legion, and I'll Hold the Gates. Those are the rare and the 3 uncommons. Assemble the Legions can just break open games, but I've said white's the one of the 4 colors that I don't have any of so far, or any that I want to play at least. So it comes down to Homing Lightning or Dimir Charm. Homing Lightning's double red on the splash, probably not going to work. I probably should have just gone 5 color at this point. I'm far enough into it, and I should have picked up the Assembled Legions. But anyway, I'll pick up the Dimir Charm here. It's removal for small guys. Who knows when you want to thing, and it could work with the mill plan. Anyway, get Gargoyle, not so much. Wow. Kingpin's Pet, Frilled Oculus, Guild Mage. Was that the Hellraiser, I think, there, maybe? and the 3/2 Blood Rush dude. So, again, not really focused here, not thinking too much about what I'm picking here, but I know I'm going to need 2 drops. So is it Frilled Oculus or Zamet Guildmage? Now, Frilled Oculus is easier to cast. Probably would have been a better pick for me, given the color intensity that I'm probably going to suffer from. But I pick up the Guildmage here. I mean, maybe I can put some +1/+1 counters on things. That's going to work with the Guildmage, the Karazda Gorgon that I picked up earlier. Here I get a Balustrade Spy, Cloudfin Raptor, Wasteland Viper, the rare, still the Bracers, or the Surtok. So I'm like, wow, there's 4 good cards, and one of them's foil, and you know how much I like foils. Anyway, I don't actually pick the foil here. I pick up the Balustrade Spy. I think that's the strongest card. I'm not even really watching the deck, but I'm getting a little heavy on 4 drops. I should have thought about that. But alright, so we get Prophetic Prism. That catches my attention right away. I am 4 colors, so mana fixing is going to be an issue. There's another Zertos one in the back there. There's a Burst of Strength here. But really, this is a pretty easy pick. Prophetic Prism is going to be important for me in the deck. It's mana fixing. It replaces itself. It's pretty important if you're going 3 or 4 colors, as I am. So we get Disciple of the Old Ways. That's playable in my deck. Another Burst of Strength. Drakewing Krasis, Pit Fight. Okay, so that's really where the decision comes down to here. Is it Pit Fight versus Drakewing Krasis? And I don't know. I mean, I've already got the Species Gorger, so that's a 6/6. So I took a second there to check my pile of stuff, and I saw the Species Gorger. I'm thinking Pit Fight plus Species Gorger. That's actually pretty decent. You know, I can pump my Frilled Oculus in worst case scenario, and Pit Fight that. So yeah, there's some options. Or I didn't actually get the Frilled Oculus. I do end up picking up one later, but you know, I really don't have a lot of good creatures. I mean, the Gorgon's not bad. With Pit Fight either, so I got a couple of creatures. Here I get Undercity Informer or Nimbus Swimmer. There's a Paranoid Delusions there, an Active Treason, but I think it's really between these 2 creatures here. Undercity Informer is a 3-drop. I'm really low on 3 drops. It goes along with the mill plan. Nimbus Swimmer I found sometimes can be a bit underwhelming, unless you're playing a big mana ramp deck. Undercity Informer, solid. It lets you mill your opponent out. So here we get Simic Keyrune. That could work. Foil Coerced Conclusions or a Coerced Confessions or a Gruul Guildgate. And mana fixing again, going to be an issue for me. I want to splash red. Green's going to be one of my core colors. So that's Guildgate number 2 for me. So now at least I have the possibility of turning on the Ubulsar Gatekeepers. So we get Syndicate Enforcer, Demir Charm again, Metropolis Sprite. There's a massive raid in the back there. But again, so it's probably one of these 2. I've already got 1 Demir Charm. I know I'm low on 2 drops. 2 and 3 drops are kind of important in this format. Syndicate Enforcer would have been good. I would have loved to get a little bit of Extort online. Although 3 colors, the chances of having the free black mana are diminished somewhat. Anyway, pick up the Metropolis Sprite here. Solid 2-drop. Gets in front of a lot of stuff. You can get in there for some early damage if you're lucky. Anyway, so another Slate Street. Here's my Frilled Oculus and another Scab Clan Charger. Don't know which one I like better. Again, a lot of 4 drops. Don't have a lot of 2 drops. So let's get some. This is one of the premium 2 drops if you're playing the Simic colors. Something that can be a 3/5 on turn 3. That could be pretty devastating. Anyway, this pack is pretty awful. Hindervines, Hydroform, both not really playable. Forced Adaptation or Millennial Gargoyle. Gargoyle is, it's a flyer, 4/4, 2/2, 4 mana 2/2. So I don't know. Maybe the Forced Adaptation there. Who knows? I was talking to Callahan the other day, and I'm thinking maybe I want to build the enchantment deck. So I just Rare Draft there. None of the other cards in that pack were really playable in our deck. So not that the Bracers is either, but here we get Scatter Arc, Serene Remembrance. Or Sky Games, I think that is. So yeah, let's pick up the Scatter Arc. Maybe that's played. Don't think so. Here we get a choice between another Scatter Arc and a Sky Games. I'm initially thinking Scatter Arc. Yeah, let's do another one of those. So I have 2, and then I'm like, wait, I'm not gonna play 1. Why am I going to play 2? So I pick up the Sky Games here. Maybe I sideboard this against the Heavy Flyers deck. And my last card is the Paranoid Delusion. So again, the mill stuff. So maybe mill was a little more open than I thought. I mean, if I could have had 2 Pilfered Plans, Paranoid Delusions, quite a few creatures with evasion. Maybe I should have gone for it with this draft. I mean, let me know what you think. I think also if I'd taken the Scab Clan Giant first pick, I could have had a pretty amazing red-green deck with Homing Lightning. I could have first picked here. So anyway, on to the Return to Ravnica pack. I get a Sluiceway Scorpion, Grim Roustabout, Rakdos Charm, Rogue's Passage are the 2 good uncommons, and a Wild Beastmaster. Now, Wild Beastmaster is a good card if you have ways of making him bigger, which I currently don't have a lot of other than, say, Zamek Guildmage. And the odds of making that play happen are pretty slim. I don't have any Scavenge yet, although this is the Golgari pack, so maybe I'm going to be picking up some Scavenge here. Rogue's Passage can also get you through, but again, I think I'm a little bit creature light. Sluiceway Scorpion is a pretty great creature. 2/2 is also good, another pit fight target because he's got Death Touch. And then when he dies, I can scavenge him onto something to make one of my other creatures bigger. So I think that's a reasonable first pick. Anyway, Paralyzing Grasp, Essence Backlash, Perilous Shadow, Tenement Crasher, Golgari Decoy, Pithing Needle, and Teleportal. Now, this one's a tough pick. There's a Shrieking Affliction there. That's not really. Oh, Centaur's Herald, Chorus of Might. So there's some cards I could play here. Golgari Decoy is the one I'm considering primarily. The lure effect, strong, lets you get stuff through, plus then when he dies you can scavenge him back onto other stuff. Also looking at the Herald, having a token's not terrible. Paralyzing Grasp, Shred Freak would be playable in this deck. Again, I'm short on 2 drops, I think. Although it turns out I'm not that as bad off as I thought I was. And Teleportal. Teleportal just wins you games. If you overload him, +1/+0 for all your creatures, and they're unblockable, it ends up does win me some of the games today. Fortunately, I don't draw it when I need it most of the games. But yeah, pick up the Teleportal here. I love this card. I think it's a true limited bomb, so I'm very happy to see that second pick here. And third pick, so I got Sewer Shambler, Rollback Rhino. This pick is insane. Gorehouse Chainwalker, Gatecreeper Vine, and Collective Blessing and Rakdos Keyrune. Alright, this was a pick mistake for sure. There is no way in hell you should pass Collective Blessing. The fact that I'm getting it third pick makes me sick. I mean, one of the colors, but again, white I'm trying to avoid. I know I've got problems with creatures so far. And so I just make Rio's day. Rio's sitting to my left, and I'm passing to him. So he's going to be quite happy to get a Collective Blessing, considering he's playing green-white. I think he's splashing blue or black. Anyway, so here we go. Fourth pick out of this pack. I've got Rakdos Guildgate, Trader's Instinct, Gerard's Orders. Not that exciting. So I've only got the 2 gates so far, and I really like to turn on those gatekeepers. The minimum I think is 3 gates to play the gatekeepers. So I pick up the second Rakdos Guildgate here. Again, it's going to help me with my red splash. So I got 2 Rakdos and a Gruul so far. So here I get 5th pick Launch Party or Electricity or Syncopate. So maybe I'm in the right colors here. You know, the green. Oh, and there's an Explosive Impact there as well, and Seek the Horizon here. But Launch Party, premium removal in black. Red's my splash. I'd rather have that than an Explosive Impact, I think. So I get Golgari Longlegs, that's playable, or Axebane Guardian. Okay, playing 4 colors, Axebane Guardian is truly a gift at this point in the draft. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I totally need that. He's going to help me fix and get my colors. So my mana fixing is not looking too bad with a Prophetic Prism, a bunch of Clue Stones, now the Axebane Guardian, and 3 Guildgates so far. So okay, this is not looking so bad. Let me pull this together here. This is another play mistake, or another pick mistake. So Centaur's Herald, unfortunately, it's got the white in it, and there's an Eyes in the Skies in the back. They're both really great cards. Coming late. Should have seen Selesnya was open. Anyway, I got Isperia Skywatch and Dryad's Militant. Those are the 2 choices I'm really debating between. I picked the Militant here. I think the Skywatch would have been a better pick. Seeing what my deck finally looks like. I was worried about the Rush deck and getting overrun. And so I picked up the early drop. I think the Detain late drop would have been a better pick. Anyway, so here we go. We're looking at Transguild Promenade, more fixing. If it was a gate, it would have been a snap pick, I think, because it's not. It's a little more problematic. The Towering Indrik is the other thing I'm looking at. I guess I could have been looking at the Terrace Worm as well. Indrik helps me deal with the opposing flyers versus the Promenade, I guess, is which I'm really debating. So I'm going to have to stop here for a second, take a look, just see what I've got in terms of fixing so far. I think with the 3 Guild Gates, the Axebane Guardian, and the Towering Indrik is the right pick here. Again, I got quite a few 4-drops, so who knows. Anyway, I get the Rogue's Passage back, and I get a Golgari Guild Gate here. That's going to make 4 gates. That makes the Ubulsar Gatekeepers very playable. If I can start bouncing him with my Species Gorger, that's going to be a pretty sweet combination if I've got the Guild Gates in play. Anyway, Eyes in the Skies, this late, really. Chorus of Might, Paralyzing Grasp, the Pithing Needle's still in this pack. What are people drafting? Why are these cards still here? I mean, granted, Chorus of Might and Paralyzing Grasp aren't great, but, well, Paralyzing Grasp, pseudo-removal, I'll take it, thank you. Goblin Electromancer and Cancel, Grizzly Salvage. I end up picking up, I don't know, maybe Cancel would have been a better play, but double blue, again, 4-color deck, that's going to be, Horncaller's Chant probably would have been a better pick there, which was, I guess, the other thing I could have done. And Gerard's Orders makes it all the way back to me. I should have probably played this card. We'll talk about my deck in a minute here. That would have gotten me my Mirko Vosk and put the Sluiceway Scorpion in my yard so I could scavenge it. Anyway, pick up a Seek the Horizon here over a Syncopate, another bad pick. And a Search Warrant is my last pick. That card's not really playable in any format, I don't think. They're not. Anyway, so here's what we end up with. 17 lands, 15 creatures, 8 spells. I'm running, let's see, there's 4 forests, 4 swamps, and 5 islands, but I have the 2 Rakdos Guild Gates, Gruul Guild Gate, and a Golgari Guild Gate, so plus the Prophetic Prism, plus the Axebane Guardian, plus the Dimir Cluestone that I run. I think the fixing should have been good. I had a few problems. You can see my 3-drop slot's a little light, my 4-drop slot's a little heavy. Anyway, I'll post my matches up as soon as I can. There's my sideboard there. You can take a look at that and let me know what you think. Maybe I should have played over some of the cards. I end up running the Red Splash purely off the back of the 2 Rakdos Guild Gates, the Gruul Guild Gate, the Prophetic Prism, and the Axebane Guardian. So I've got 5 red sources in the deck to splash Teleportal and Armed and Dangerous, the armed side of Armed and Dangerous. So I shouldn't have any problem at all hitting that, and indeed, whenever it was relevant, I didn't. And then it's pretty evenly split. See, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 green sources, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue sources, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources, if you count the Axebane as well. So probably 8 blue sources. I mean, as even as you can get for the 3 colors. I need all of them early and late. So I thought the deck was going to do better. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts where I made pick mistakes. Certainly passing the Collective Blessing was a mistake. But hopefully I will learn from this and improve next week. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe to my videos. And hopefully we'll see you in the store one day if you're ever in town. Thanks. Bye.